Hey everybody, let's do some more serious breakdowns. Tough stuff. Okay, let's make sure the volume's working, video's working. Okay, so here's our first drawing. And these are drawings I did. I don't have a lot, but these are ones that I did for He-Man. Okay, hold on. These are the ones I did for He-Man. So here's Skeletor in this pose. And here's Skeletor in this pose. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to do a breakdown. So I'm going to show you some tricks. Okay? First thing we want to do, we flip this so we can see what we got going. We know what direction he's going. Okay? Let's get that head first. We're going to arc it. So there's the back of the jaw here. Back of the jaw there. Okay? Midline of the face. Midline of the face. Excuse me. So here, now we're going to arc his eyes. Arc his nose. And he's opening his mouth. Okay? And we're going to draw the midline here. Excuse me. All right, so we got that. Now, lick your lower lip like that. Take the paper and stick it in your lower lip. Okay, we're going to take this page here. We're going to line up those areas that we arced. So you got the eyes. That's it. Okay. All right, I got that. Take tape. This side. This side. Okay. We're going to take this. Put on top. We need some more tape. Tape. So I usually have tape when I'm working on a project. I have tape on both sides of my desk. Okay. These are pro tips. I learned how to do this when I was about 15 years old, 15, 16 years old. So by the time I got in the studio, this was all easy stuff. But I had a lot of years practicing it. Okay, so here we go. I got that, and I'm going to tape this one. And tape this one. What you're going to notice is there's my timing right there. So it's a little bit more to the slow out, but I've got this corner of the paper, this one, and this one gives me a nice arc. See? So that works. Now what I'm going to do is bump my head on the camera. I'm going to rough this in. It gets the drawings closer together. It's an old trick. And I'm doing an in-between between these two guys here, and he's opening his mouth. This will save master time. So I showed it to London, showed it to Copenhagen, but where it really needed it was in Texas. I went to a studio there. What happened is they were going under, and it was the fault of corporate. They really screwed them under. What they did is they bid the project on board footage, not character footage. And what happened is, so let me explain to you the difference, okay? Hi, everybody. Board footage would be on the storyboard. So you go by footage. So 16 frames a foot, foot and a half a second. We say, okay, we'll give you a couple $1,000s a foot. All right, hold on, I gotta get a frog out of my throat. We're gonna give you a couple $1,000s a foot. So you're thinking, okay, that's great. It's typically, 1 or 2 characters. Then they go through the story, the film, and they grab the sequences that have like 100 characters in the scene, or lots of characters. And all of a sudden, you can only put so many, people per character, per scene. So here, this guy gets what he bid on, and he signed up for, and he's got these massive scenes. He's got to put all these employees on there. He goes, I'm going out of business. I said, I can't believe you did that. It's like one of the oldest things. Always, always, always bid on character footage. And as we've discussed in previous videos, you don't always do the same. You don't do all the characters. If you're doing He-Man, then you only do He-Man. Someone else puts in She-Ra. So he didn't know that. So I showed him how to do this. And they videotaped me. It was very Hollywood, like a limousine waiting outside. And I showed him how to do this. And it saved his studio. That's how fast you can get through these scenes if you're following what I'm doing. See, there he is. I'll get you, He-Man. See? I don't know why I got this frog in my throat. Again, I'm really not used to talking while I'm in my studio. So unless I'm on a phone call, and that's only if I'm, doing work I've done 1,000 times. So look, see, there he goes. Isn't that cool? There he is. Done. Now I just have to go ahead and put in those, the drawing part of it. And that's just figure drawing. This is going to save you tons and tons of time. I'm not going to worry about the teeth because that I have to really, get in there and count them and everything. You get all these shapes working. It's so fast. Tricks of the trade. Okay, now we're drawing. So I've got these 2 arms and they're pretty even, and that's called tweening. We don't want to do that. So let's bring this arm forward first. It actually goes out of the scene. We got this one. Now here's the problem. This one here could cover the face. We don't want to do that. So an inexperienced person would go straight across, and you've got the hand in front of the face. That's the problem. I'm going to arc around this way. Okay, so we'll take that and put it here. Box shape. Again, these would be like extremes. A good animator's already got this worked out. But if they don't, then you give it to a experienced assistant and we fix it. There's a lot of experienced assistants out there. Really amazing people. If you've ever seen Laureline Kohler draw, you'll put your pencil down. You're like, no way. She's just godly. You know, I just stand there and watch and learn. Okay, this is gonna be seriously foreshortened. Slowing out. I'll put it here. All right, yeah, let's move it. Give us more room. So I'll put it here. Well, and what you can do is get in there and trace it, make it a little smaller. There we go. Give us some continuity. There we go. Moves towards the screen. Okay, so some silhouette. So in the college classroom, I would do something like this, but I wouldn't have it worked out because you want to sweat in front of the student. You want to get the shapes as close as you can because you don't want it to all fuzz all, morph all over the place. All right, so we got that. So it's going like that. All right, so we got that one. At least it gives me some silhouette on that arm because I have the deltoid, the bicep. I can see some pectoralis coming around this one. That midline. And then this arm is going to come forward. So now we're not tweening. See, this arm can silhouette against the chest. You got to think about all this stuff. The animators might not. The animators might just go, I got the scene done. Just gonna move this over a little bit. Just coming down. Let's bring this arm. Let's see if we can do with this. Yeah. Faster, just scribble it in. I'm gonna put some drag on this. Arm here, gonna go like that. I'll get you, He-Man. There we go. We're in that figure on his stomach. And that's a fun drawing, see? You see it? Here we go. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and grab a red pencil. And now we get in there and really start tying it down. All right, Skeletor, show us what you got. So if you were using Toon Boom or any of the software, you still have to know this stuff. So Corey thinks I'm giving Skeletor lips. I'm not. I'm just not putting in all the teeth because we only have so much time in these videos. Mouth is opening up. Let's put in the teeth. Make Corey happy. But I would still have to go in there and really tie them down. It's not like they're finished. Draw through. You know, things in your life that happen that you're like, I gotta get this out of my head. It was the last week of San Jose. Like, you don't have to draw through. God. You don't have to stop at red lights. Why stop at red lights? And it came from the head of the department. It's like, oh my God. You have to draw through. You've got to know what's going on all around. So you get in so much trouble because you'll get stuck. You know, you're putting in all these in-betweens and stuff. So if you're not drawing through, you know, drawing around through stuff, you know, you get lost and all of a sudden you're in this trouble. And you have to redo all your in-betweens. What are you going to say? Because I can't draw? You're going to say, why'd you do that? Because I can't draw. Why can't you draw? Because I wasn't taught how to draw. Why? Because I was lied to. You know, it's just like, it's haunting me. It's been years and it's still haunting me. How? But I'm not there. So, all right, so this is coming around. So I have it going up and around. Go. That's fun. That's drugs for an assistant. You gotta have a second move. So here's my level right there. This is the top and the bottom. This is what you hear in the studio. After everybody has settled down, they're back from their breaks, they're back from lunch. This is what you hear, the sound of paper flipping. It's great. It's like music. You got a couple hundred artists. You know, you got a lot of artists on the floor, right? Maybe over 100. They're all, headphones are on, flipping paper. I had an office in the later years, but always had fun with the cubicles. A lot of crazy stuff. A lot of, just a lot of rubber band fights, which is kind of stupid if you're an animator and your eyes are your life. You know, these tons of just rubber bands flying across the cubicle. So I was doing sales in my later days, and I was in a cubicle, and we all had phones, and I was making cold calls, and I had to talk to my clients. So I'm on the phone, and I guess, you know, some of the artists, they didn't, you know, the problem I had is I was the two people that hated each other the most. The artist doesn't like the businessman, and the businessman doesn't understand the artist, and I had both. So I played both roles. So here, the producers loved it because, you know, I could tell them what the artist needed, you know, what the artist was thinking. And I was able, if they would listen, could tell the artist why the business people were doing what they were doing, because that was my job, because I was in charge of the budgets. Okay, you guys see me? Yeah. I was in charge of the budget on my, in the sales, you know. I was the sales rep, so I had to think about the client. I also had to think about the company, so I was constantly dealing with both. So I'm on the phone, you know, serious phone call, and all of a sudden this like inner tube, this thing was like this wide, and it goes whoo, 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 and lands right on my desk. I started laughing so hard I couldn't even breathe. I said, I gotta go, and I was just dying. Where the hell did they find a rubber band that thick? And a bitch just whoosh, whoosh. It was great. I was loving it. It was funny. So, but remember, I was taught how to screw around by the best. You know, the old animators. So. I have them going like this. So this would be really an extreme. It wouldn't be a breakdown. The animator would have to put this pose in, but sometimes they didn't. If they didn't, then I could do whatever I wanted, and I did. We had a lot of fun. And I'll show you later on if I can find it. I think I have it. It's a scene of Puffin from Swan Princess, and both legs were behind the back, and then both legs were on the ground. Thank you, animator. I guess maybe that animator couldn't figure out how to do it, but I put one leg forward and the other one I went boom, boom, like boom, 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 and then back, and oh, it looked so good on the screen. So you don't want to tween. You want everything to be kind of uneven. Okay, so let's bring this finger here, because I have his the bone here and I have a bone here. So this is pretty complicated, but it should work. He's got the fingernail coming this way, so it's tight, but it should work. Although it'll look like he's got the fingers, but we have to get that in there because it's going to go. It's a white shape. So remember, when you're drawing eyes, that white shape around the pupil is most important because it's white, or you know, it's a different color. So you don't want it floating all over the place. You know, you don't want to stop breathing. That's the problem. See, I'm putting in the wave. If you've had my drawing class, you'll see the wave. See it? So pretty accurate in the drawing class. Fun part, again, I've got, you know, kids at the school. We just have a girl just started teaching. You know, she's 14. She's amazing. She's going to be great. But, you know, I asked her, I said, what are you working on? She was working with one of the other students. And she goes, figure drawing. I said, okay. We're all good. So for them, putting in the waves and stuff, you know, that's just normal because they start learning it so young. You start learning classic drawing at the age of 6 or 7 years old. It's funny. But they don't know. So this is going this way. He's turning, he's arcing like that. Again, I had no idea how I was going to do this before I started. And that's what you want. I can't tell people what to do. But you are, Sheldon. No, I'm doing a video. But when I was teaching, I would make sure that I was always like in trouble when I was drawing. So everything we have learned is now coming together. And that's the sound of my pool. It's not somebody drinking outside. Okay. That's the filter. Sounds like somebody's drinking through a giant straw. So all this complex here will come into a simple area behind it. God, it's so complicated. I don't know. So that would be a light color, flesh color. It could work. See this line stopping here and that one over there? Draw through. See? Go like that. So just turn off the light so you can see it. So now everything's going in different speeds in that animation. Okay. So we took a scene that could have been extremely boring and made it more exciting by having everything go different speeds. See, it's all uneven. And that's what we want. Darken it in so you can see it. Again, I would go down and, come back in and really work the hands more. And from here, we do another go over it in blue, really tie it down. Yeah, it's going like this, which is really cool. Get rid of that finger. Doesn't need to be there. We used to do simplification passes And the rule was if you couldn't really say why you wanted a shape there, you had to get rid of it. Save the studio a fortune. You know, one button drawn 720 times a minute, you know, that's a lot of mileage, making sure it's just right. So we got rid of it. It was our job. Producers, simplify, simplify, simplify. Save money. So we got rid of the tweening. Got that arm going down and up, one up forward, and then the other one's coming towards us. So they're very uneven, and that's what we want. I see so much tweening in portfolios I'm seeing online. It's like screaming at you, I'm tweening. My students don't do that. So if you're looking at the university I taught at, you can look it up. Anybody, I would say the last group before that, so again, before the last group, so probably 4 years prior. So let's go, anybody 2019, that 4 years. Before that, I don't know. Who knew? But wow, big difference. Anybody going back 10 years? Oh my God, golden. 15 years, golden. 20 years, golden. I mean, we're talking in every direction, every area, just from the person to the attitude to the ability to learn. You had the two bosses, Bunny and Courtney, the best. The teamwork, incredible. Last 4 years, hire at your own risk. Hire at your own risk. But we wouldn't be getting this uneven, beautiful time if this one listen. Okay, so here we go. But that's just professionally speaking, as a industry person, you know, not as a teacher, you know, looking at it. I'm seeing a lot online where you'll have the trouble, you know. We're not getting that. So there we go. Okay, I'm sure somebody will fight me on it and say, well, you didn't do that line just right. But again, how long could a video be? Well, why don't you stop talking, Sheldon, and it'll be over. Not a problem. Okay, we're going to have some more fun, and we'll keep doing different characters from different shows. We still have Swan Princess. We have Bebe's Kids. We have Rover Dangerfield. We have Fern Gully. We have lots of other TV shows. It's a lot. So I don't know. We'll see how far Corey and Lindsay want it to go. It's kind of fun going back to it. Kind of. I don't know. All right. See you in a while. Okay, bye.